my background, my working history is that I used to work in a financial industry a lot. I'm still am. Okay, I'm running an experienced design team in NTUC Income, insurance company. Okay, I used to work with DBS. I used to work with OCBC. I run design thinking projects for them. I run teams for them. My passion is that I like to share things that I know to others. This program, right, believe in applying the 5-step action plan, which I'll share with you later. Actually, a lot of my corporate runs, right, deals with MINDEF. MINDEF has no P&L, right? There's no actually need for them to innovate. There's no need for competition in MINDEF. But why they want to understand design thinking is one thing, productivity and efficiency. Okay? So take note, different companies want design thinking for different reasons. I deeply believe in design thinking. Of course, I think some of you might be skeptical of design thinking, whether design thinking works or not. It doesn't matter. What matters is I believe in it, and it's up to you to believe in it. Okay, so the learning objectives is this. There are 5 steps. Take a look at all these 5. Okay? Remember it in your heart, because these are the 5 steps. Most important thing is to enjoy, have fun. Okay, good. Now to discussion time. Within your team, right, there are 5 questions. I need each team to take 1 question each. I need to answer a question based on what is given from a book. The book, of course, gives you an answer, but I need you to rephrase it and then draw it out. Okay, I need you to draw it out. An example of it is like this. Okay, I need you to draw it out. Visualize it.
Then we need to ask like, what exactly?
Yeah, question.
Design thinking, right? Design is actually the action plan, 5-step. Then the thinking, right, is the mindset to run the 5 steps. Okay, they cannot do without the other. 3 reasons why. Because of the need for society to solve problems, and because that companies, right, need to innovate, therefore design thinking becomes a kind of a solution for them. Okay, individuals also need to learn design thinking so that they can be better at what they're doing. Okay, better at what they're doing. So that's the top 3 reasons why we need design thinking.
In design thinking, this is, let's say we have a problem, but we are not sure what is the real problem, so we need to look at the root cause of the problem. So once we can define the problem clearly, the root cause of the problem clearly, then we can proceed to find a lot of ideas, a lot of solutions.
Very good.
And we need to test out the solutions, prototype the solutions, until we find the most suitable solution for now. Because like design thinking is always going on, you always never have the best solution. And design thinking can be done by anyone, old and young, male and female, and it's very super fun.
Okay, society and businesses, I think you're all quite clear why there are a lot of problems with business and society. Operations, you all know, right? Because operation is tedious, therefore you need design thinking to make it more efficient. This one also quite clear. Now, situation, right, is the part where you probably need design thinking, because there are certain situations that arise that are something new. Say for example, or something unique. Say for example, in banks, right, we have a situation at every one time of the year. Guess what is that situation in banks? OCBC and DBS, same.
Chinese New Year.
Chinese New Year, very good, Paul. Yes, it is a problem because in Chinese New Year, this is the part where every mother will go to the branch to get money or to exchange money. So how do we deal with this situation? We use design thinking to solve. In fact, by applying design thinking, we make sure that every location, right, that has the most congestion, we put a dedicated ATM that distributes ang pao to that location. And then we direct the crowd there. Okay, so this is an example of situation. Design thinking is right in the middle where it combines the creative thinking with the business thinking. You need to have both. You need to have both because at a part where you do ideation, right, creative thinking, you still need some business mind to make sure or select the idea that is most relevant to your organization. Okay, so when you prototype and test, you apply business thinking already. So that's the idea. Okay, so with regards to this question, can design thinking solve all problems, right? I would say yes and no. Okay, so yes is that you can apply the mindset to solve the problems, but no, is it profitable for you to apply design thinking for every kind of problems? Okay, why I say profitable? So imagine, right, if let's say I've got this problem of upgrading my software, okay, my HR, okay, Jen Chang, you're in HR, right? My HR platform, okay, from version 1.0 to 1.1, just probably adjusting one of the web page and add buttons. Do you think that you need design thinking? Maybe not, because your problem is well defined enough so that you don't require design thinking to understand the problem. You've got the problem that is well defined, and then your solution is also well defined. And that's the part where you start thinking, do I have to spend 1 month to understand a bit more? Okay, so that's the reason why you need to validate whether it's profitable for you to use design thinking. Another thing, right, about design thinking is people problem. Sometimes people are stubborn, people are the cause of the problem, or they are innately rebellious on certain things. These are problems that technically you can't apply design thinking. Yeah, you can't apply design thinking because it's innate people problem. That's why people ask me, right, whether do I apply design thinking to my life? You can even argue that, right? Actually, my life problems, right, I can use design thinking to solve. It's true. But you can't apply design thinking to your wife. You can't apply design thinking to your wife. Because the more you empathize your wife, right, the more you realize that I am the problem. And then the more I realize that I'm the problem, I'm not willing to solve it, because I'm the source of the problem. How do I solve myself? Correct? So this is the idea. This idea. It depends on how well you define your problem, and it also depends on what is the source of the problem and can it be solved. Understand? Okay, so this is kind of a theory behind design thinking. Why do we need design thinking? Because PM Lee said so. No, just joking. Okay, so because PM Lee, right, has said that the government, right, actually used design thinking all along. He said in very clear words in this conference, they say, our founding fathers, okay, which means it's the PAP, okay, for our foreign friends, is the government, okay, had to understand the issues, define the problem, come up with creative ideas and solutions, prototype the idea, test out innovations, and constantly review the thinking and solutions. These words, right, are exactly the 5-step action plan. And he's openly saying this: if the government follows this process, why don't you? Okay, Piyush said that competition, right, is overseas, out there in China. Alipay, Alibaba, and all these China companies, right, that are intending to become a bank. WeChat also want to become a bank, and they are trying to come to Singapore. And it's up to the organization to be ready enough for them to compete. Yeah? Okay, so this is the idea. This is where he started the design thinking curriculum in DBS, and then he started innovation team. Okay, where I was working with them and all this. This one is already a story that is foretold already, right? Grab has already overtaken the entire transportation industry. And the movement is very fast. 2 years ago, I was talking about this same slide, and I was saying Grab is going to take over transport companies. Last year, it's already taken over. This year is just a full effect. IBM invests a lot of money to expand the design business. They are fighting against what? Amazon, Apple, and all these big companies. So the world is waking up to design thinking. Okay? So they are actually hiring people that knows design thinking. Okay? And then another part about customer experience. Customer experience is the part where you need design thinking to understand, have a deep understanding of your customers. So no longer, right, when you buy a bottle of milk, right, it's the same bottle of milk with red mark, with fair price on, with Honest Bee, and all these things. But the product is the same. But it's the experience that is different. So the experience that gives you the most delighter will win you. Okay? So will win you and you'll continue to purchase.